Hello and welcome back to the building of the Cirrus moth, designed by David Boddington. And after some time with this model being put on the back burner because I'd hit a log jam, a sticking point, I feel like I'm now making some real progress. And you're looking at one of the sticking points, which was how to tackle the cowl area and give it some realism, or at least make it look a little bit like the prototype. And if you've seen the last video, you'll know that I've made some big progress on that. And there you can see that's just a rough outline of how it's basically going to go. That's not the purpose of this. I want to discuss another log jam that I came across, or sticking point. And that came about when I was covering the wings. I covered the upper wings, and then I actually came to sand these down and get these wings prepped for covering. And I was shocked at how heavy they felt in my hands. And it's because basically I've got far too big a servo in each wing panel to operate the ailerons. I purchased these. They turned out to be bigger than I wanted them to be. But I pushed ahead anyway and installed them. And when it feels wrong, it normally is wrong. And when I've picked these up, I've just noticed they feel far too heavy. It is a biplane and the wing loading is low, so the model would have coped with it. But I thought before I go any further, I'm going to take these out and replace them. And I ordered some more, and these have arrived. They are much smaller by comparison. In fact, I'm going to weigh them and we'll see what the difference is. You can see they're a 17-gram servo, as opposed to, well, I'm going to find out what these weigh. As opposed to these servos, I'm going to replace them. They're going to provide more than enough power to operate the ailerons. According to this, they'll pull 1.8 kilograms, which is more than enough. So I'm going to put these in and take the others out. And just as a matter of interest, I'm going to weigh the other ones. They're metal geared as well, so they are very heavy. These are metal geared. I wouldn't put plastic geared servos in a model such as this. They're okay for lightweight free flight conversions. But for this project, I think you need metal gears. And I'm going to see what the difference is between the two. When I take these out, take the other ones out rather, and compare them with these servos. So let's go ahead. Well, there you go, removed. Let's see what the weight is. Back to 0. So the one I've removed, 57 grams. The one I'm going to put in, 20 grams. Well, there you go. You don't have to be brilliant at maths to realise that that's a huge difference. One thing I may consider doing before I go any further is to put a tube through at least this section to allow me to remove the servos easily without difficulty. I'll have a think about that. An acrylic tube perhaps. We'll see. But I'm certainly going to replace them, and I think it'll be a massive saving in weight. Obviously this will need to be modified and changed. It's not going to work now. But that's a simple matter to put some new supports in, break these off, perhaps even use the same ones if they come off clean. Right, we'll push ahead. I think that's a move that I had to make. Here we go then. This is the new servo in position. There's the old one. You can quite see there's an enormous difference. So hopefully this is all going to match up just the same. Feed that through. And I'll just put a couple of these screws. These are only temporary. We'll screw this in. I'll use actual, I think, servo mounting screws when I come to actually do it, because they look a lot neater. Of course, this will be covered. And that's the next task after this has been done. I've done both of them. I can begin covering this and then press on with the fuselage. I've read some interesting information about a Vallejo paint that's fuel proof, and that's called Prime Vallejo. So that being the case, we're going to find out, because I'm going to give it a go with this build. If it is fuel proof and it lives up to the hype, and I've only got the internet's word to take for it, there we go. I'll connect this up with a battery and we'll try it out and see how it works, shall we? Here goes then. Let's check this and see if it works. If it does, then I'm a happy bunny. Well, there you go. It's doing the job, and it's significantly smaller, more than half the weight. So I think that's a good move. Those servos will come in handy for another project. I've got a big DR1 that needs decent beefy servos. They might be what I use for the ailerons in that model. But that's definitely a positive move, I think. One last little wiggle. There you go. I've just got to do the same on the other side, and we're cooking on gas. If you've enjoyed that, please give it a thumbs up. And if you want to see more and you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. It costs $0 to do so, and you get to see my building adventures, and when I can get out, some flying adventures of myself and the fellow guys at the club. Bye for now. Take care.